So now I'm going to start off with an example applying this definition so that we can calculate the slope of a line through these given points. The points are -1, -2, and 2, 3. So one of my helpful tips when you're doing a problem like this, calculating the slope through 2 points on a line, is to label the points as follows: x1, y1, and x2, y2. That's number one. We want to identify, before we even do anything, what the values of interest are. Then what I recommend is that you immediately begin by writing your formula down. M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now the reason for this is, number one, it'll help you to remember this formula because you'll be programming it into your brain. And number two, it will show in your work that you're following a logical pattern each time you solve this problem. And so that will develop a kind of mental memory, a mental pattern for approaching these kind of problems. That way it'll become second nature. And then we plug in our values. What's our y2? 3 minus our y1, which is -2, divided by our x2, which is 2, minus our x1, which is -1. Now, 3 minus -2 becomes 3 plus 2, which is 5. And 2 minus -1 becomes 2 plus 1, which becomes 3. So we can see that the line through these 2 points is 5/3. And let me now just draw a quick cartoon showing what this line would look like, so that we can see how we can see this kind of like situation on a Cartesian plane. Okay, so it's going to be -1. So let me just put in a few tick marks first. So here it's -1, -2. So I'm going to go -1 on the x-axis and -2 on the y-axis, which gives us a point there. And then we go 2, 3. So it's going to be 1, 2 in the x direction, and then 3 in the y direction, which is about right here. Right? Again, x is the first coordinate, y is the second coordinate. X is the first coordinate, y is the second coordinate. Yeah. So now we have these points, and now I'm going to draw the line connecting them roughly like this. And so the slope of this line is 5/3. And there you have it. You can see here, let me just point out one more time again here, right? When we thought about it earlier, we can think about it as rise over run. So what this says is, for every 3 units to the right, it's going up 5 units, right? So it's more, so it's kind of steep. What else can we say about this? Oh yes, we can also, yeah, so basically that's the idea. For every 3 units you go to the right, you go 5 units up, yeah. In other words, we can see that it goes up more than it goes horizontally.